Hi there, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Miguel Martinez Juarez. Miguel Gym Time Martinez Juarez. Today I'm going to go over the Edinburgh Lectures on Mental Science, Chapter 3, The Unity of Spirit. So let's get right into it. This one, I'm going to read quotations because the way he says it is very, very articulate and very logical. And going back a little bit to chapter 1 and 2, spirit is linked to thought, okay? The quality of spirit is thought, or you could say intelligence. Quality of matter is form, okay? And when we talk about spirit, we talk about livingness, living spirit. We talk about a person or a dog. It's a living, it has a spirit, okay? That's why we link spirit to intelligence or thought. Okay. And a little bit about chapter 2. Thought, intelligence, forms physically. It forms matter. Okay? The quality of matter is form. And form is a pattern. It is intelligence. There is an intelligence in the way in which atoms move and the way they're moved through the energy that is used in it. What's pushing it? We have an abstract understanding of it. We call it spirit. We call it energy. We call it this untangible power, this subtle power we could call spirit. Okay, and this livingness, this intelligence is seen in the different varieties of life. We have a goldfish, we have a dog, we have a human being, okay, and the in-betweens, okay. They have different levels of intelligence. The lowest level is the automatic responsive intelligence, where it doesn't have a free will, and the highest level is self-awareness and free will. So the highest level of spirit is the highest level of intelligence, which links to what we're going to talk about, which is the infinite intelligence. Okay. Because spirit or thought is infinite. It's infinite because it's not in time and space. So here's a quote that I want to share. That's going to help us with manifesting the things we want in our lives. Okay, so this is why Thomas Troward wrote this book, to help us use mental power to create physical results. Quote, pure spirit is the life principle considered apart from the matrix in which it takes relation to time and space in a particular form. I'm going to repeat that again. Pure spirit is the life principle considered apart from the matrix in which it takes relation to time and space in a particular form. In this aspect, it is pure intelligence, undifferentiated into individuality. Coming out of that quote, like I said about the animals and the beings, the human beings, which we are a form of being, an animal. Okay. We are a being, Other animals, they're beings too. In this aspect, it is pure intelligence, undifferentiated into individuality. Okay, pure spirit, no individuality. As pure intelligence, it is infinite responsiveness and susceptibility. As devoid of relation to time and space, it is devoid of individual personality. It is, therefore, in this aspect, a purely impersonal, okay, element upon which, by reason of its inherent intelligence and susceptibility, we can impress any recognition of personality that we will. These are great facts that the mental scientists works with, and the student will do well to ponder deeply on their significance and on the responsibilities which their realization must necessarily carry with it. Because its infinite intelligence is infinite susceptibility, okay? Infinite responsiveness. You can get from it whatever it is you want. That's why there's a saying that I like, that a lot of spiritual teachers ask: is the universe a loving universe? Your answer to that will be how you are experiencing life. For me, hell yeah, it is. It is a loving universe. I live heaven on earth. Literally live heaven on earth. Okay, so I have the tools to get everything I want. If I don't get what I want, it's because of being lazy and not implementing the knowledge that I understand. Okay. Okay. Now, here's a little explanation on the unity of spirit, okay? If we would penetrate below the outward nature of the individual to the innermost principle of his being, from which his individuality takes its rise, we can do so only by passing beyond the concept of individual existence into that of the unity of universal being. This may appear to be merely philosophical abstraction, but the student who would produce practical results must realize that these abstract generalizations are the foundation of the practical work he is going to do. Now, the great fact to be recognized about a unity is that because it is a single unit, wherever it is at all, the whole of it must be. The moment we allow our mind to wander off to the idea of extension in space and say that one part of the unit is here and another there, we have descended from the idea of unity into the parts or fractions of a single unit, which is to pass into the idea of a multiplicity of smaller units. And in that case, we are dealing with the relative, or the relation subsisting between two or more entities, which are therefore limited by each other, and so have passed out of the region of simple unity into, which is the absolute. So when you think about me versus them, you have forgotten about the absolute, that we're all one, that we're all connected, we're all part of spirit and form in a different form. Okay, remember the last chapter we talked about how people who don't understand the unity of energy, or you want to call it the unity of spirit, right? Because we're all energy. Energy is what's moving our atoms and keeping us in form. If spirit wanted to like just disintegrate us, we just boom, everything just game over. But it doesn't operate that way. The spirit operates with growth, the law of growth, as we talk about the law of averages, the law of evolution, okay, and how the development of intelligence develops through that, okay. We have developed our intelligence through evolution, as far as we know, you know. There were other theories out there that we may have been experimented on by aliens. So we mixed DNA from alien DNA, or maybe we are the aliens and we mixed our DNA with the primate, you know, the ape that was around, to increase, you know, the evolution, or speed up the evolution process and allow us to think consciously. We don't know. But the thing is that our intelligence developed. That thing is for sure. Because if we go back and reverse, going back to the smallest units of organisms, like bacteria, we had to start somewhere. Life had to start from a lower level of intelligence to a higher. But I digress, okay? So right here, we're talking about remembering that we have access to spirit, because spirit is everywhere and it can be divided. Wherever we are at, it is there. So when we close our mind and start visualizing, start affirming, we are using that power that creates. And guess what? It's going to respond to it. Because we know we have an ego, which is our own individuality, and we have an alter ego, which is also us in a different form. We're all connected. This is called enlightenment. Okay. Now, there's a difference between knowing enlightenment and practicing enlightenment. Okay. If you are practicing hating, being racist, caring about other people's problems and their issues versus your own, and then getting all riled up and negative and angry, because why is that person being persecuted, or maybe complaining that they have more stuff than you. You are forgetting about the unity of the spirit, the unity of energy, the unity that we all are a part of. Okay, and we're stuck in the relative, us versus them. Yeah, there's us and there's them and living their own life. But there's a difference between knowing that and practicing that by sharing them love, sending them love, sharing love. Love is intangible. Love is another intangible thing. It's just giving love. You never run out of that. And yeah, that's wisdom and knowing and enlightenment. All right. And this is the end of this chapter. It's only like 2 pages, basically. Not even 2 pages. Just one page right here and another page. That's it. But those are the quotes I wanted to share. I didn't really write much notes. It's just kind of obvious if you look at it from the term of spirit or the term of energy. There is a force. Thomas Shore likes talking about spirit because he uses spirit a lot. He could have said the unity of energy. In the movie The Secret, they talk about energy and how they compare it to spirit. And they say in the Bible, spirit is, always has been and always will be. Energy, same thing. The scientists say it always has been and always will be. Science, it has already caught up. It's already caught up. We're just too fucking ignorant. We don't want to learn and study this shit. It's already here. It's been here for a minute, honestly. Connecting spirit and science. There's a split test that found out that everything is a wave. The only time that it collapses, that everything, atoms are a wave. So it's not really a solid. Okay, it's not really a solid. It's only a solid when we see it, when we focus on it. Again, the universe is being responsive to our thought, to our intelligence. The universal mind, or the universal spirit, you want to call it the universal spirit, because the universal mind is the one that created everything, and it operates through laws, like the law of growth. And it responds to intelligence and thought. Because spirit is intelligence and thought. And we've caught up to it. Because we have intelligence, the highest level of intelligence, being self-aware. That's why we're creating so many things, and we're surpassing evolution, or like what was supposed to be, or like the echelon of evolution, which was the awareness. Now, to even evolve even more, we can do enhancements. Okay, enhance our feet by wearing shoes. We can enhance our eyesight with glasses. We can enhance our youth by putting on certain like creams or things like that, and protecting ourselves from the sun. I'm talking about like sunblock. So we enhance ourselves because we can think about how we can enhance ourselves. Now, understanding these laws, the law of growth, the operation of spirit and intelligence, and how everything is thought or spirit, okay? Everything is intelligent spirit in some degree, right? Bacteria, a certain degree of intelligence. A rat, a certain degree of intelligence. A parrot, a certain degree of intelligence. A monkey, a certain degree of intelligence. A human being, a certain degree of intelligence. but it's all spirit. Now, if spirit responds to thought and intelligence and awareness, specifically awareness, as we've seen in the split test, if it'll collapse atoms into physical shit instead of it being a wave, then we can start attracting the things that we desire, or being the things that we desire with our thought. Now, there's different operations in which we can start using our thought. And there's a twofold process. There's a twofold process. Thought and feeling equals result. Thought and feeling equals result. Okay? Thought and feeling equals result. That's a 3-step process to manifest anything you desire. Now, how do we begin thinking? Okay? We know what we want, and then we assume it. Know what we want, and then we assume it. So we can assume it through an affirmation. I am, then enter whatever you desire. I am happy, or I am grateful I have, enter your desire. Whatever you proclaim as I am is what you have. So everything that you have right now is a result of your I am, your thought. Now we're getting into the nuances of thought. I am blank. That's your assumption, your affirmation. Let the weak man say I am strong is a Bible quote. Ask, believe, receive is another Bible quote. Ask is knowing what you want. Believe is believe that it'll come, so don't doubt it, that it will come. Know that it is done. And feel, receive. Feel the way you would feel if you already had it. Okay? Feel the way you would feel if you received it. How would you feel if you received that money, that car, that girl, whatever it is that you want? How would you feel? And feel it. And it'll manifest. Okay? That's another formula. Thought, feeling, and then it happens. Okay? You take action, or you attract it. Here's a formula by Helen Gladstone. I want to share it because it's so simple. She got it from The Power of Positive Thinking by I think it's Vincent Norman Peale, the author of The Power of Positive Thinking. I'm listening to it right now on audio. It's a great book. Great book. And she shared this part. She says, whatever you want, that book taught me, and this is her words, right? Like that. I read that book and it taught me to get whatever I want. So I just decided what I wanted. Okay. The 2-step process was know what you want and see yourself with it. Okay. That's a means of thought. Using your I am. An assumption. Like Neville Goddard teaches. I am. Whatever you have is a result of your I am statement. Okay. Be it an affirmation. I am this. Whatever you're saying. That's why now that you know this information, watch what you say. Careful with what you fucking say. Okay. Now that you know. Okay. That's how you affirm. Okay. Is with your I am. That's how you see yourself with it. Even though it's not there yet physically, you're saying it now. It's, so to speak, in your imagination. Okay. In your consciousness. Better yet, this makes it understand. If you can understand this better with, just saying it's in your imagination or in your consciousness, just your consciousness, your awareness. That's you seeing yourself with it. Or you can literally close your eyes, in your imagination, create a scene after having achieved the goal. Okay, create a scene that following the accomplishment of your goal. For example, let's say I wanted a cup of coffee. I don't see myself walking to get a coffee. I'm gonna end up walking somewhere and never getting the coffee. You gotta see yourself with the coffee already. Pretend it's in my imagination, so I'm drinking the coffee. I have it. Okay, you don't go to a car dealer. If you want a car, you don't go to a car dealer and negotiate like for a lower price. That's lacking limitation as well. Just fuck it. It's mine. I am grateful I have, and then enter your car. And then see yourself driving it. You can do both. See yourself driving it. it's already yours. Or see yourself parking it wherever you will park it. If it's yours already, you will park it, and you'll know in your heart that it's yours. And feel the wheel, smell the leather or whatever it smells like. If maybe you just want a basic car that doesn't have leather, maybe you're allergic to leather, whatever it is. And then you get step out of the car and then go. If you don't know how it looks, go see the car. Okay, they'll let you drive it or get in it, and now you know how it feels. Now you know how it looks. I went into two Dodge Challengers. I went into a Lambo as well, but I really wanted a Dodge Challenger for some reason. It's just more my personality, and I manifested it. One day to another, I got 25 grand. I was visualizing a car. I knew that 25 grand was for my car, so I want to go get it. Be honest with yourself and go after what you desire. That's seeing yourself with it. Know what you want, see yourself with it. Okay? Now, stay in a positive frequency. Don't doubt. Don't say, oh, where is it? Where is it? No, it's already done. It's done. You already got it. You already got it. I like this analogy that I did in an article. When you go order a burger and you paid for it, so you visualizing it, that's you paying for it. Okay? That's you visualizing. You paid for it or affirming it. And you do this daily, 3 times a day minimum. And you repeat it over and over and over in that 5-minute process, 10-minute process, 15-minute process, whatever process you take, you repeat the action, which is the visualization process in your mind, okay? The non-physical action or the affirmation. You say it over and over until you feel satisfied, and then you let it go. You're impressing your subconscious mind. And whatever you have in your subconscious mind manifests automatically. That's why results come from your automatic subconscious mind. Whatever beliefs you have under there, I say under there because they're thoughts. We don't see them. Okay. The person who's saying I'm a champion, I'm a champion, I'm a champion, I'm a winner is going to be a champion and he's going to win or she's going to win. The person who's saying I'm a loser, you're going to lose. That's who you are. Okay. You get who you are, not what you want. Okay. What you want is what your higher self is telling you to achieve. Okay. And everyone has different desires. That's what's so beautiful about life. All right. So that's all I want to share today. I hope you like this one. And if you have any questions, comment below. And like the video, subscribe so you can get the next video. And yeah, have fun manifesting. Until next time. Peace.